This is everything I ate on my 25-hour flight from Chicago to Bali. This was by far the longest flight I've ever taken, but thankfully the crew fed us very well. The first meal was dinner and I was pretty sleepy, but as soon as I hear the words beef or chicken, I'm awake. The beef in this dish was really good and flavorful, but unfortunately it was pretty fatty. One of my favorite things though was the shrimp and bean side dish, although I did have to knock it by a couple points since it made me start farting. Moving on, we have this weird coconut yogurt pudding. I thought this was gonna hit, but it ended up tasting sour. I don't know, man. And before I knew it, we were halfway to Taiwan for our layover. After some sleeping and movies, it was then time for our second meal. I chose the congee option, and I think this was my first time having it. I like oatmeal, and it's basically the same thing. I have a grandma taste palette, so I low-key love bland food. Then finally, we landed in Taipei. This was my first time in their airport, and I gotta say, this was the nicest airport I've ever been to. I swear, it felt like I was in a mall by how many luxury stores there were. I'm telling you, Asian people love designer stuff. We actually were pretty hungry again, so of course, when in Taiwan, you gotta get beef noodle soup and soup dumplings. I know it's airport food and there's probably so many better options outside, but to the untrained person like me, this was so good. After I devoured that meal, it was time for the final leg of the trip. And at this point, it's already been like 20 hours of travel, but we got plenty of food to keep us going. Now, I was surprised they actually served food on this flight because it was only like 5 hours long, but hey, I'll take anything that's free, including this mysterious minced chicken meal. And to save the best for last, this was my favorite thing that I ate during this whole trip. I love anything jello-y, so this was right up my alley. And 5 hours later, we arrived in Bali. I was so tired at this point, but at least my stomach was full.